Welcome back to another video, guys. Today we are not doing the well, pictures with intro and information. This video should have been up 2 months ago, so we just straight up go into the build. Today we're building an Albatros D III, one of the most successful fighter planes of World War I from the German Empire. It's a very old Revell kit. I think it's from the tooling is from the 17th, the 70s or 80s. Yeah, that's why we have a pilot sitting there that I think painted. Not really sure. This is going to be a special plane with a special camo, and I as you've seen by the thumbnail, maybe I was a bit intoxicated during this bit. I didn't realize I didn't have the I don't have rigging line anymore. And later on I had to stretch the spruce with a lighter to get the rigging that goes around the plane, you know, like with the fogger. But for the fogger I used the rigging line that I had. As I mentioned, the tooling is very old, so the pins that actually go through the pilot's arms into this upper body, yes, that's how he's secured in this kit. They're a bit too large. Maybe it's because it's just old, it's some extra plastic forming, or it was originally so. Back in 2008, when I first built this plane, 8 or 9 I think, it fit perfectly. There was no gap and stuff. But I had to do some surgical stuff to get it fitting. I also have to mention that this kit is very smooth. There's no pin marks, access marks on the kit. It's so smooth even that some of the smaller pieces didn't break normally. They break when you have too much force, and they are not from this sort of plastic that I used in this kit. I built this kit like in 2008, and doing this on the math, that's about 17 years ago. I'm turning 24 next month, so it was one of the only kits I painted as a child. I think I only painted 3 planes, and all of the models I had, they went straight into the shelf, which is the model shelf from nowadays. But that's a topic for a different day. I will do an update on the model shelf in the future, and maybe in the next 3 weeks I will do an update or show you guys my entire stash of kits, which ranges from, the oldest model is from 1962 up until 2025, whatever I have used. And now back for the explanation of assembly with biplanes and the Fokker DR1, the triplane. Anything that has its wing not connected to the body and is a bit above. For anything like this, I like to apply some super glue, because super glue hardens out faster than the extra thin Tamiya I use. And the bond is strong enough so you can let it rest for 5 minutes, take a break, drink something, and then you can go straight back to building. And that's a technique I use for tiny parts and most biplanes. The only one I built on this channel so far is this one, but never mind. As for painting, I use Tamiya XF2 as a primer, since only like the bottom of the wings and the back part will be in white. But not gonna lie, I kinda didn't want to tape much. Then I oversprayed with yellow, and then I had to tape the yellow parts and overspray with white. Yeah, it wasn't a good idea to build this intoxicated. Also, I left the back part out, and then, what I mentioned before, I sprayed with white, oversprayed on the yellow, masking, etc, etc. But the thing is with this plane, the wings, I thought they were white, then I took a look at the instructions and saw that the top half of the wings aren't white, they have a weird camouflage color. Weird camouflage color means masking, which I had to do. but there's 2 white stripes, direct stripes, and I think the left part was meant to be white and then added with some gray streaking. It's both wings, the top and the bottom wing, the top parts of them with the camo. I will later explain something about the camo, but for now we have this. And also the nose was painted red. I used Citadel paint for this. I don't remember the name right now, but that doesn't really matter. If I would use the Tamiya paint for the nose, I would have primed the nose white already. So Citadel was the best. Even for applying with a paintbrush, the best coverage. And for the propellers, I used very dark brownish wood paint from Revell. I won't name it here as well, because every kind of wood paint is great to your likings. I mean, it should be a bit darker, like what you can see on the video, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, this is the wood paint I also use for my 72nd scale French army from artillery for the muskets. And yes, I have such kits laying around and paint them occasionally just as a little break. And because I want to do some dioramas with it in the future and need some training. So, and now for the finished product. As you can see, the top part of the wings look very different. The outer right is Tamiya XF5 green. In the middle I think I used NATO brown, which is FX67. Yeah, 67 I think. Or 64. Yeah, doesn't matter right now. And the left side is still white with some gray stripes. I use Tamiya dark gray for them. I masked them. They're not perfect, I know. I should have, but I should have done a proper masking job, but I wanted to get it done, and the stripes are actually painted with a paintbrush. And for the bottom part, for the bottom wing, the top part, the colors are, except for the white stripes, are the same, but I let out the stripes. I wasn't able to mask around it and paint everything, which is, well, a hideous task basically. But I think it turned out great, even if the stripes are not there. I think it still looks great for a biplane, which has normally would have gotten like white tops from myself. But I can always go back to foggers. There's enough paint schemes. Every pilot painted it themselves, or well, said how he wanted it to be painted, and then someone else painted it, mostly the technicians. For the metal colors that you can see, I use Lead Badger from Citadel. Lead Badger is the perfect color for metal. I've used many colors. I have aluminium LP color from Tamiya, which is for Japanese planes very good as a ground base, or for the Mustang, but Lead Badger is on a different level for all those metal parts that should look like metal but aren't meant to be too shiny. Alright, for the decals, they are old. And with old, I mean they are, I don't mean they're brittle and, well, turn themselves into 1,000 little pieces when you look at them the wrong way. No, they stick to the paper. I mean, a decal sheet is basically paper with some foil over it that is kind of glued on it and loosens with the contact of water. Now, you can make decals yourself. It's a hideous task. According to Gemini, it's easy. It will be try and error. I have everything I need, except the gloss varnish, but that's a problem for future me. And I will make some try and errors until I have some perfect decals. Especially with World War I planes. I mean, there are some World War I plane kits on the market, but then you look up some paint schemes or some fighter races and see, oh yeah, that doesn't come as a kit. Damn. And then you have to to do the decals yarn. Primary angle off the top of my head, I bought the Fokker D7 with the paint scheme and decals from the War Thunder event from this year. And yeah, it's from the 70s. I don't think the 70s decals will be in one piece. I can try, but yeah, I have to do that myself. Anyways, I applied all the decals, did some fixing on some points, and then I called it good. And there we have it, guys. The Albatros D III, which you've been waiting for months now. And I've been waiting for months now, basically. I didn't came around to do it. In May, I was a bit obsessed with building and not caring. And also painted my Space Marine army. In April, my phone broke and I had to get a new one, so some footage of the plane and the Space Marine army has been lost. Which is sad, but honestly, if I want to make the Space Marine army video at the end of summer, I will just record now what I paint and stuff. I don't think any of you guys need some footage of me assembling a Space Marine and priming it. Also, I don't have my cracked blue anymore. I'm starting with the Ultramarines, okay? Then I go to the Adeptus Sororitas, then I go to the, well, Astra Militarum, to the Guards. Not really sure. And maybe in the future a Necron or an Orc army. I'm not sure about one more. Anyways, back to the plane. The kit is a solid 8 out of 10. I can't suggest it. I mean, yes, it's very old tooling. You have to do stuff yourself, but it's nice. It's a good training biplane, especially when you have some rigging laying around, unlike me. Yeah, it's a good trainer for yourself. So, at this point in the video, I would show you the money I have gathered by collecting cans and bottles on the streets. We have 33 degrees Celsius outside. I won't go out today to collect. I've been very honest with you guys doing all my videos, and let's just say this is not the temperatures where I want to be outside. I would start to melt, which means sweating so hard by just going out to my balcony that I would need to drink like a liter for every 10 meters I walk, basically. And yeah, I'm not built for this right now. I'm not in my best condition. I have to work up to get to my good conditions again, and then maybe I will go out collecting some bullets and stuff, and maybe I will go out to public pools and show off that I exist and I managed to go from fat to healthy. So yeah, maybe next week or in 2 weeks I can present you a large amount of money. I have like 2 to 3 euros right now in my kitchen that I collected. Maybe I can push it up to 10 euros by next week, or maybe not, who knows. If you want to support me, I have a Ko-Fi in the description, by the way. No pressure though. I don't force you to send me money there for the fundraising. It's optional, you don't have to do it. I don't think I have a single subscriber anyways. Yeah, just in case you want to donate. Christmas is in half a year now. We are at the halfway point. We're right now sitting in about 80 euros mark, which is great for half a year. Maybe now with summer and all the events in my town that will come, I will be able to collect 80 more euros, or maybe more. From my current estimates, we are reaching 100 euros in 3 months. So, that's it for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching and keeping around. If you liked the video, let me know. If you have some critique about the plane, or if you have a wish for a model, just let me know. I can make it work somehow. And until the next one, I wish you a very nice rest of your day. Bye bye.